Hello everyone, this is Raymond. So today I'm gonna be teaching some more stuff about more advanced stuff about after orienting the top face. So let's just start with the edge cases first. So from the beginner tutorial, we already know that if it's a three-corner counterclockwise cycle with the back face solved, then we just need to do this algorithm. However, if it cycles clockwise, again, the back face is solved completely because it's just a three-corner cycle. Something we can do to make this a better case, actually to do this in easier manner, is to do the reverse of that algorithm. So, okay, from doing this algorithm, we notice that after we do it, the cube is just solved. That means that the purpose of that algorithm is to cycle three edges in these three positions counterclockwise. And in order to cycle them clockwise, we just do the reverse of that, which goes R2, U, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, U prime, R prime, U, R prime. Let's do that again. Okay, so R2, U, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, U prime, R prime, U, R prime. Okay. Alright, so now we've learned that. Let's look at the 4 edge swapping cases. So we have 2 of these as well. In the beginner tutorial, I just told you to do this algorithm once and then rotate and then do it again. But for these 2 cases, we also just have specific algorithms designed to solve them. And for this one, so it's a opposite swap, and we do M2, so the middle layer. If that's hard for you for now, just do it like this. Yeah, so M2, U, M2, U2, and U2 flick I talked about. M2, U, M2. And then for this one, it's just adjacent swapping, and we do M2, U, M2, U, M prime, so the middle layer goes up. So if you're holding the left and the right, make sure you have both going down, and then do a U2, M2, U2, M prime. So again, this goes up, U2. Okay. Let's do those 2 again. Okay. So for this one, do M2, U, M2, U prime, M2, sorry. Yeah, let's do that again. Okay. So M2, U, M2, U2, M2, U, M2. So M2, U, M2, U2, M2, U, M2. And then for this one, adjacent swapping, M2, U, M2, U, M prime, U2, M2, U2, M prime, U2. And notice that for opposite swapping, you can hold it from any position because it's all the same as it's symmetrical. But for adjacent swapping, make sure you hold it so that these 2 are swapping and these 2 are swapping instead of these 2 and these 2. Okay, now let's move on to corners. Okay, here. So in the beginner tutorial, I taught you guys to just do that algorithm, which goes R2, D2, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, and then D2, yeah, so that algorithm, and so here isn't the case for it. So we have all the edges correctly in their spots, and then we have these 3 corners that need to cycle, and it's actually a clockwise cycle, just like that. So this one needs to go here, this one needs to go here, and this one needs to go all the way here. So we do the algorithm. It's the same as the one I taught you guys in the beginner tutorial, which goes R2, D2, R prime, U prime, R, D2, R prime, U, R prime. Yeah, just make sure when it's a clockwise cycle, you use that algorithm. And then for this case, as we look at it, this one needs to go here, this one needs to go here, and this one needs to go here. So it's the opposite of that, which means it's a counterclockwise cycle. And for this one, we do the reverse of that algorithm. However, this time we don't hold the headlights, which means 2 of the same colors, on the right side. This time we hold them in the front and then have our top side face towards us. And then we do R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R, D2, R prime, U, R, D2, and then R2 prime. Or R2 is fine too. Okay, let's do that again. So we set it up, and here's it. Here's this, and this one needs to go here, this one needs to go here, and this one goes here. Okay, headlights in the front, and then top side faces towards us. R, U prime, R, D2, R prime, U, R, D2, and then R2 prime, or yeah, since it's easier to do R2 prime in this position, instead you can also re-rip and do R2, but that's slower. Okay, now here is the next and the last tip for today. Let's just yeah, here. So if you've done enough solves, I'm sure you have encountered some cases like these, which headlights don't exist. So as you can see here, none of the sides have matching colors on the corners. So in the beginner tutorial, I just told you guys to hold it from any side and then do that algorithm, and then you get a side with headlights, and then hold it on the right and then do it again to orient permute all the corners. However, today I'm gonna teach you a special trick to just directly orient all the corners. Permute all of them in one algorithm, and that algorithm is actually very easy. So it goes R2, U, R prime, U prime, and then rotate to the right. R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, rotate back, R, U, R2. And as you can see here, we've permuted our corners. Sorry, I keep saying it wrong. Okay, but now, as we learn that new algorithm, we need to know what case it is specifically for, which we can solve in just one algorithm. Okay, so here it is. We have all the edges are good. We have these 2 swapping and these 2 swapping. So these 2 and these 2. These 2 swap, these 2 swap. And then we hold them like this so they're horizontal. Do the algorithm. R2, U prime, R, U prime. R2, U, R prime, U prime, rotate. R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime. Rotate back. R, U, R2. And it's solved. Okay, so here I'm going to show you what's going to happen if you hold it on the wrong side. So if you hold them vertically, so again, make sure you hold them horizontally like this. These 2 swap, these 2 swap. if you hold them like this so that these two swap and these two swap, after you do this and do an alignment of the top on the top side, you have to like permute your edges again, and that's not worth it. So yeah, just hold it from the correct side. Okay, so let's get you guys some other cases, and let's test the algorithm out. So got these two cases, also don't have headlights on any side, and let's do this one first. So do the algorithm, and as you can see, now we have the end corners permuted, and this one we're just gonna throw it around, choose any side. Let's just choose this side, do it, and as you can see, we have corners permuted. And okay, now since we've hit these two cases, let's just recap them again. This one, very easy, right? We've learned that in the beginner tutorial. In this one, R2, U, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, U prime, R prime, U, R prime. And that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, comment, and hit that like button. Oh, also turn on notification. Yeah.